Scuba Nation's Sea Life Shark Frenzy is brought to you by Leisure Pro for all your diving and snorkeling needs. Sea Dog and Shipyard Ales, the official beers of Scuba Nation. Maris, the official equipment provider for Scuba Nation.
Who is Scuba Nation? Billy C., Boston born and raised.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Bitch and Mitch, Southern boy. And every other diver on the planet. So join us as we travel the globe exploring Mother Ocean. Welcome to Scuba Nation. One nation underwater. Presented by Leisure Pro. Visit leisurepro.com for all your diving and snorkeling needs.
Sharks are about as misunderstood as they are vital to the marine ecosystem. But fortunately, their numbers have been shrinking due to overfishing of sharks, and one of the biggest misconceptions that if you kill a shark, you're doing somebody on the beach a favor. Unfortunately, nothing could be further from the truth.
And how do we know this? Researchers all over the globe studying what is little known about sharks and the large wealth of information that is left to be discovered. One of those group of researchers is right here in Miami at the Hammerschlag Lab, the University of Miami Rosenstiel School.
Each day is different, and each day is an adventure. Like, you can never guarantee what we're going to find. The day that we went out just kind of emphasizes that. So 7 sharks of 5 different species, just boom, boom, boom in a row. It's remarkable. But although it is a lot of fun to go out and work with these animals, and we're very privileged to be able to do that, there's a lot of great science behind it. Our lab is one of the most prolific as far as research and putting papers out. And you know, the very start of that is what you experience when you go out and just find the sharks, collect the samples, and then the science really begins after that.
So we head out to collect blood, tissue samples, and measurements. There's only one way to get the sharks to the boat, though. It's time to go fishing. And the citizen scientists on board take full part of every process. While the bait is out, the researchers instruct the citizen scientists on the procedures they'll take part in. Our first customer of the day, a 500-pound adult bull shark. The first step is to keep the animal breathing. This is done with this pipe that pours water over the shark's gills. That way they can breathe and be less stressed. Once the shark is calmed down, the measurements are taken and recorded. Satellite tags are affixed to the shark. Then blood and tissue samples are taken. During the procedure, folks on board get their first chance of actually touching one of these amazing animals.
Best feeling ever.
College kids. With everything complete, the hook is removed and the shark is finally released.
1, 2, 3. Go! Woo!
Well, just from the blood alone, we spin that down for plasma, and you can learn a whole array of things from these sharks, from their basic overall health, to different toxins that might be in their bodies, to levels that they feed out on the food chain, to pregnancy in females. There's just almost unending things you can learn from just that little bit of plasma from these guys. We took fin clips from the sharks, and from fin clips you can look at genetics, like see how the sharks are, how closely related they are to their own ones in their own species. You can also look at where they're feeding at trophically on a broader range. And again, you can look at toxicity levels like mercury in their tissues as well. Tiger sharks, a lot of our tiger research comes from the Bahamas. So we fish there usually twice a year and we catch big, large, pregnant female tiger sharks. And so we do have tiger sharks on the coastline here, but we don't see them that frequently. So to be able to see one and to work with one is always an exciting day. This particular shark, it is a juvenile male shark. And so just knowing where he's going, what he's doing, and why he's here, that's always big news for us. Sharks are extremely important animals in the ecosystem, and although they do not directly affect us, their presence in the ecosystem has a great effect on our overall well-being and the overall well-being of the oceans in general, which translates to our well-being. What we can learn from these guys, I mean, the more we learn, the more we can appreciate, the more we can understand, and the more we want to protect these animals. So we have a program where we attach satellite tags to various species of shark, and that is a huge eye-opener right there to see where these sharks are moving. Tiger sharks especially, these guys are highly nomadic. So you can't just protect the animal, you also have to protect the areas that it wants to be in, or areas that are important for that animal. And so the satellite tag program is a huge benefit for that. We had one small tiger we tagged in the Bahamas make its way all the way up to Canada. We had another tiger shark we tagged in the Gulf of Mexico, and it just made laps and laps around the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, these sharks, they go all over the place, and we're still trying to figure out why they're doing this. The future of sharks is in our hands. Each year it's estimated maybe 100 million sharks are killed each year. The number could be much higher, we just don't know. But these animals, they exist for a reason. They're very important to the ecosystem around us, and the rate that we are overfishing them has drastic effects on the ecosystems and on their numbers. So the more we learn, the more we can teach people, and the more people can learn to appreciate and understand these animals are important and they're key, and they deserve to be here. I mean, and that is kind of just the real future, is just winning over hearts and minds and knowing these animals deserve to be protected.
More CSI Shark coming up next. Be sure to catch Scuba Nation on Fox's Sun Sports every Saturday, April through September at 9 a.m. Billy C. and Mitch travel the globe to bring you the most exciting and exotic scuba diving adventures. So tune in every Saturday at 9 a.m. for Scuba Nation, One Nation Underwater, only on Fox's Sun Sports. Pro presents its fresh new website. We have made it easier to shop for the products you want with our all-new product categories and navigation. Shop our weekly specials on our totally revamped product pages. Chat with our experts and read product reviews to make sure the product you want is the product you're looking for. The only thing that hasn't changed is our outstanding customer service. So shop the all-new LeisurePro.com with the best price match guarantee and get the products you want fast. The Uzi Original Diving Shorts. Amphibious diving shorts for both above and below the water. A staple of divers all over the world since 1995. Durable, fast-drying, and long-lasting. Available in the styles you crave and the colors you want. You could get them anytime, anywhere. Just visit Uzi.com.
Shipyard Export is the beer that built Shipyard Brewing Company. Thank you, Export, for bringing families and friends together for over 22 years. For all the good times, special memories, and moments still to come. We toast the beer that's always been there and always will be.
Thanks, Export!
Shipyard Export, the beer that built Shipyard Brewing Company.
This edition of Scuba Nation is brought to you by Sundowners, Sunset Sandwiches, Steak and Seafood. Light in Motion. Find the perfect light for any activity. Cressy, the official equipment provider for Scuba Nation. Scuba Works Dive Center in Jupiter, Florida. When Scuba Nation dives Jupiter, Florida, we head to Scuba Works. They have all your equipment and training needs. Scuba Works in Jupiter, Florida. Welcome back, Scuba Nation. We're talking about the science of shark conservation with the researchers at the Rosenstiel School of Marine Science at the University of Miami. So all the samples that we collected when we were out on our shark tagging trip, they come right here. The research done here benefits both sharks and people as well.
Samples that we're taking, the fin clips, the blood, the plasma that we get from the blood. We keep all that on ice and then we transport that back to our lab where we put everything in a freezer to use for later use. And we keep everything kind of together. It's very organized so that anyone who wants to do a project in the lab has all these in one place so that they can access them and get the data that they're kind of looking for.
You know, there are a lot of different ways to get involved with this research. You can take part as a citizen scientist. Join the researchers out on the water while they're working with these sharks. You can also adopt and name a shark with its own special satellite tag, and you can track them from home as they move around in the water. Visit the following websites for more information.
We call them citizen scientists, and even if you're not a high school student, you actually have the opportunity as a citizen scientist. Typically, people make a donation to the lab and they come out with us for a day of shark tagging. Just know that this research that you're conducting, that you're helping us with right now, it's going to get promulgated around the world and it's going into real, legitimate research. So it's an important thing that we do both on the public outreach side and also continuing the work with ecology and biology on sharks. So they've been around for 450 million years. We have, by comparison, been walking the earth for like 2% of the time that they've been here. So I would like to suggest that we have somewhat of a moral obligation to make sure that they persist.
The research done here is being applied to real-world applications, like hull design on boats, medicine, even weather. And these directly affect the way of life of people and society.
Nurse sharks, for instance, are used as a proxy for the evolutionary system of humans for immunology. Sharks have great immune systems, and nurse sharks can be used at a cellular level. What's going on in their blood? What's happening? How do they respond to pathogens? Also, really cool adaptations that sharks have that are giving us some applied applications. So their skin is designed to be hydrodynamic in the water. And this allows them to be, free of those barnacles, unlike, let's say, a whale. You've seen a whale sort of accumulate some of those things, so they can move swiftly through the water. Well, scientists are studying this for possible uses for, on hulls, so it can help them make more fuel efficient. There's also applications for hospitals. Let's say you've got, that shark skin is pretty resilient. It can hold up against bacteria. Well, wouldn't, a nice surface in a hospital that mimic that activity, wouldn't that be useful to us? So there's some things that, there's some takeaways that as we learn about shark biology, have applications for humans as well.
Our interest in sharks doesn't stop there. We have the same interest in white sunglasses.
That's true. I take a lot of heat for these sunglasses, by the way, but...
What attracted you to the white sunglasses?
When you're out working in the ocean, you need to be able to know if your sunglasses fall in the water, first of all, which it's happened before. Probably because I'm not very smart. Do you have the... yours aren't tied in. Yeah.
Well, I'm not smart either.
Okay.
Sharks and white sunglasses.
Sharks and white sunglasses.
Right here on Scuba Nation. One of the more serendipitous discoveries that come from science is the fact sharks could possibly aid weather forecasters with predicting hurricanes. That's right, sharks may be able to predict weather and hurricanes in the future. That's crazy. That's wicked cool.
There was a really cool study that went on here at the university that looked at you know, how the data that we collect from these animals going out into the ocean where you can't necessarily get, you know, a water reading during a hurricane. Maybe a shark happens to swim through that area during a hurricane. And so you can kind of see what those conditions are from that data. And people have looked at that here at the university, working with the atmospheric science groups on campus to try to see if sharks can be used for these types of things. So it's a really cool kind of thing that you wouldn't think about, you know, putting a tag on a shark could actually help learn more about hurricanes or learn more about, you know, how, you know, air and sea interface interacts a little bit. I don't know if they can forecast, but they can definitely help.
More on how to get involved with shark tagging right after this. Dive the Atocha with Mel Fisher's expedition in Key West. Be a treasure hunter and dive the active wreck site of the richest Spanish galleon ever discovered. Mel Fisher and his crew discovered the mother lode in 1985. Today, the search continues for the remaining hundreds of millions of dollars in cargo. The Fisher family now invites you to learn proper salvage techniques from the world's greatest treasure hunters. Join us for the adventure of a lifetime. Today's the day.
Hey, Scuba Nation. It's all about the Florida lifestyle. It's all about fun in the sun. We must protect ourselves from the sun's harmful UV rays. Reef Save, the official sun care products of Scuba Nation. Not only does it protect you while you're enjoying your beautiful sunny days, it's biodegradable and non-toxic to sea life. Other sun care products contain zinc, and zinc is a killer to our beloved marine environments. Look for it at your favorite retailer, local dive shop, or visit tropicalseas.com and order yours today.
Scuba Nation apparel.
Bye, Uzi.
Available at scubanation.com.
Hey, honey. I'm on LeisurePro.com shopping for a new dive computer. I'm actually blogging with another diver that has the same one. Let me call you right back.
Have a question about a product? At LeisurePro.com, you can ask questions with other Leisure Pro customers about the products you want before you buy.
Sure.
Whoa!
Join Scuba Nation at Bugfest by the Sea, July 25th through August 1st in Lauderdale-by-the-Sea, Florida. $1,000 in cash for the buddy team that bags the 12 biggest bugs on mini-season opening day. Free Scuba Cowboy concert, John Chatterton, wreck diving workshop, great hotel deals, and unlimited beach diving. More lobsters and way less driving. See you at Bugfest, sponsored by Gold Coast Scuba, Scuba Radio, and Reef Safe, the official sun care sponsor for Bugfest 2015.
Born in Maine, created by Alan Pugsley, world-class craft brewer. Sea Dog, now sailing in Florida. And available in cans. Sea Dog is award-winning. A perfect fit for our Florida lifestyle. Visit our brew houses in Clearwater and Orlando.
This edition of Scuba Nation is brought to you by Reef Safe, biodegrades in oceans, non-toxic to sea life. Uzi Amphibious Gear, spare air, there when you need it. South Point Divers, Key West, Florida. When Scuba Nation dives Jupiter, Florida, we stay at the Jupiter Waterfront Inn. Fantastic rooms and minutes from everything, the Jupiter Waterfront Inn is where you're treated like family. Welcome back. Another research group you can get involved with is the Guy Harvey Research Institute at Nova Southeastern University. Shark name tag. Hello, my name is O62.
Basically, Guy Harvey Research Institute uses marine biologists and students to do and conduct shark research locally. How Pompano Dive Center has been able to lend a hand to them, that we're able to provide them with a boat that's big enough for them to conduct the research safely, have the room that they need to work with the sharks, but also allows them enough room to put people on the boat that are able to experience it also.
So today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be fishing for sharks, and anything that we catch we're going to be working up to try to learn a little bit more about them. I'll go through, once we get the gear in the water, we're going to have a little bit of a break, so I'll go through and talk a little bit more about some of the research we're doing in a little bit. The problem with trying to fish for sharks is we can't catch anything until we have hooks in the waters. So we're going to be using a circle hook. This is something we highly recommend for any fishing. This is by far the best hook you can use for the animals that you're working with. With that point in there like that, what happens is if they swallow the hook, it'll actually, most of the time, slide right back out and get hooked right in the corner of their mouth. So we're going to set these hooks starting in 25 foot of water, go out to about 110 foot of water in 2 lines of 5. So we're going to put out 10 hooks today.
Depth is good for bait?
Yep, go for bait. Just hang on to the green part.
Good luck. A little good luck.
Everyone on board got a chance to participate in preparing the bait and putting the lines in the water. The lines will remain out for about an hour before we can start checking to see if we have any sharks.
We got a professional! All right, wait 10.
Clear. All right, so now that these lines are in the water, we're gonna let them soak for about an hour and a half, and then we'll come back and see what we find.
Woohoo! Shark tagging! There's a few ways that you could sign up. You could contact Nova Southeastern or the Guy Harvey Research Institute direct. You could contact Pompano Dive Center direct. Once you do sign up, you could expect to pretty much enjoy an experience of a lifetime. It's not every day that you have the opportunity to be face-to-face and hands-on with a 12-foot, 9-inch tiger shark like we did the last time that we went out. After a few briefings from the scientists and the marine biologists on board, they allow us to be hands-on from there. So we're helping baiting the hooks, we're throwing the lines in the water. After they have time to soak, we're allowed to actually pull the lines up, and then from that point, the researchers take back over for a little bit. Once they assure that the shark safety is met, then we're allowed to help again and get hands-on with the research.
All right, so we got a nurse shark here, everybody. We can tell that. Their tails are very different from most sharks. They actually don't have that forked tail. That's because they spend most of their time sleeping on the bottom.
Everything from measuring the sharks to collecting DNA samples to the installation of the tag itself, they really allow the people that are on the boat to be as hands-on as they feel comfortable being, assuming that the shark safety is still kept in mind. What our customers can expect to gain from an experience like this is the unique ability to be able to see these majestic animals for what they really are. When you're face to face with some of these very large animals, there's no denying how beautiful they are and how important they are to the ecosystem. And a lot of the stigma goes away when you see that they're just these beautiful, beautiful creatures that need our help.
Cool. I'm gonna actually see it.
Very
Oh, wow. That's cool. Wow.
But being able to touch a shark like that and being able to be that instrumental in some really important research is an experience that up to this point has not even been possible.
This nurse shark, it's going to go out, do its thing, but we got vital information on it. We know how long it is. It's tagged. We got a tissue sample, so we're all good. Mission accomplished.
The best part about this is you don't even have to be a diver. It's a completely dry experience. There's no age limits. There's no certification requirements. So they're able to come out here, see them up close and personal, and anybody can do it.
So whether you're a diver or not, there are plenty of ways to see sharks. Taking a trip like this, you've taken a step to understanding and helping sharks. They could sure use it. For Billy C., I'm Mitch, One Nation Underwater. Thanks for watching.
Oh, wait. There's more. There's more. It's biodegradable.
A train wreck.
Let's do that again. 3, 2, 1.
The Snake, you know, bunch of different nicknames. Jay from State Farm, I get that. Yeah.
The research done here is being applied. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey everybody, this is Mitch. Sign up for the 3rd annual Florida Keys Reef Crawl, August 20th through the 23rd. The Reef Crawl is where reef crawlers explore different wrecks and reefs from Key Largo to Isla Morada. Sign up for educational mini-seminars on reef ecosystems, coral restoration, fish identification, and invasive species like lionfish. They can also go scuba diving with these conservation groups afterwards. Visiting the reefs has never been easier, more diverse, or more fun. Reef crawlers go at their own pace as they snorkel, dive, stand-up paddleboard, or even kayak on any of the reef crawl tours. And then there's local cuisines, attractions, lodging, shops, all with a Keys flair. Come conserve, preserve, promote, and grow with us by getting your 2015 Reef Crawl VIP cards by visiting reefcrawl.com today. Hope to see y'all at Reef Crawl.
We all know how important it is to have proper lighting on any dive or snorkel adventure. Lack of light can make images appear green and blue. Sure, you can add filters, you can attempt to edit later, but the best thing you can do for your images is add a powerful light. Sea Life makes the most popular underwater camera systems in the world. Recently, Sea Life introduced their powerful new Sea Dragon lights, designed for compact POV cameras like GoPro. Hey scuba divers, go to your favorite dealer and ask for the Sea Dragon lighting by Sea Life.